Germantown in October of 1777. General Washington, with his army of the Continental Congress, is out to retake Philadelphia. Along the way, General Howe took issue. In this battle, there is heavy fog all day, reducing visibility to 1/3 of a foot move and essentially removing bombardment from as an option. Washington has ordered his militia west of the Germantown Pike along the Schuylkill River. General Sullivan is approaching wide from the eastern flank, and General Greene's troops are east of Germantown. General Howe sets up on the hills south of Germantown. Mid-morning, Smallwood's militia encounter British forces west of the Wissahickon. The rest of his troops are in column behind him. Sullivan deploys in the woods east of Germantown and waits to hear report from the center. The Queen's Rangers coming up the Old York Road encounter Sullivan's command. Washington launches the attack on Chew House. Greene's command comes out of column and is ready to advance. The assault on Chew House. With some difficulty, it is taken. It is late morning. Washington's troops advance forward blindly in the fog, looking for the British Army. The Queen's Rangers travel wide and circle around. Nefassin shows up with his baggage. Armstrong and Smallwood confer on what they should do. They have no idea who's in front of them. At this point, they elect to hold. Greene links up with Washington. Sullivan, unsure, holds, right where he is. It's lunchtime. Still, the fog holds. Washington finds some defensible ground and holds the flank. Armstrong and Smallwood advance their line from river to river. Nefassin is eager to get started. In the fog, he charges straight forward. Sullivan moves forward cautiously. He doesn't know what happened to that British cavalry. Greene's men move to support Washington. Howe sends troops forward and has his elite units guard their flank. Just after lunch, and it is combat. Knox's artillery sends Grant tumbling back, and Washington pulls back the Colonials from the attack on the flank. In the center, in desperate fighting, the Colonials give as good as they get, but the odds are 2-1, and there are still British troops there. It's mid-afternoon. Cornwallis, with the Grenadiers, arrives, but they're caught up by Nefassin's baggage train, which is still on the road. Howe drives his troops into the rear of the American line. Returning a favor from earlier, Washington sends his remaining troops into the flank of the attacking British. Sullivan drives into the British. Greene determines on an aggressive stance and drives into the British lines. Nefassin moves his baggage train out of the way and takes up Greene's challenge. The elite British household guards are surrounded. Buoyed by their initial efforts, the British guards fought rather than fall back, and in the end, they were dispersed. Washington's flank attack. The British fall back, but Washington troops are exhausted. In the center, the Colonials are driven back, but at a terrible cost. And on the flank, the Hessians lead the charge. More costly fighting. Again, the British at 2-1 hold the ground. It's late afternoon. Both armies are at the breaking point. The British with the larger army can lose 5 blocks. The Americans can lose 4. They're both 1 block short towards breaking the enemy. Nefassin pulls back his troops and deploys bags. Sullivan deploys bags and advances his troop on the road. Greene attacks. Washington has Knox's artillery recover. Now we have 2 battles. Where's this one? The elite Grenadiers. Sullivan's men fall back. And in the center, both blooded units. We'll see who survives. It's an indecisive battle. Neither side is able to capitalize on the situation. It's early evening. Sullivan rallies his troops. Greene extends the line. The Grenadiers push across Frankfort Creek. They capture and chase down the retreating colonials. Again, the British have won Germantown. Good game.